After a bitter cold start to the spring, which included record low temperatures in many areas of the state, farmers are gearing up to get back in the fields and get the spring planting underway. As they do so, large, slow-moving farm vehicles will once again be appearing on rural roads after a long winter hiatus.
Our message is very straightforward. We are urging all motorists to drive cautiously on our rural roads, to slow down when approaching large farm equipment, and be patient when following farm vehicles.
That's Matt Meals, a Cumberland County beef and grain farmer who spoke at a news conference hosted by Pennsylvania Farm Bureau to promote safe driving on country roads. Farm Bureau's Rural Road Safety Week events remind motorists that spring ushers in the return of large pieces of equipment on local roadways. County Farm Bureaus also host events to spread the message that farmers driving tractors or even semi-trailers have difficulty seeing vehicles which are following too close behind them. In fact, Cumberland County dairy farmer Jason Nailor says he's experienced firsthand the hazards of driving farm equipment on rural roads.
And I simply put my arm out to the left, signaling that I'm making a left-hand turn in the driveway, and someone passes me on the left-hand side as I'm turning into the driveway, and one particular time we did actually have a collision. I'd also like to take time to tell the motorists that if they're coming up on a farm and you're following a farm vehicle, it's good practice to assume that that tractor is going, or piece of equipment is going to turn into that driveway.
Farm Bureau believes it's vitally important for farmers and drivers to watch out for each other, especially during the start of spring planting, because accidents can have life-altering consequences. Last year, PennDOT said there were 100 accidents and 2 fatalities involving farm equipment and motor vehicles. PennDOT Deputy Secretary of Highway Administration Scott Christie says they are looking into making further road safety improvements to reduce all accidents on rural roads.
We're going to take a look at things that we can do not only in the education of the drivers out there, but also taking a look at improvements we can make, say, to the shoulders of the roads, to the berms of the road going forward, and how can we invest our money strategically to improve the roads and improve the driver behavior.
State Police Trooper Adam Reed, who has investigated crashes involving farm equipment and motorists, said the public needs to remember that farmers are on the road for a reason, and they are not trying to slow you down.
Farmers are simply out there doing their jobs. Please give them space, as needed, to navigate around them and to navigate rural roads safely, like the one you see behind us, and no one's going to get injured, and crashes will be reduced. With farmers and motorists working together, crashes can be prevented on Pennsylvania's rural roads.
Meanwhile, State Agriculture Secretary Russell Redding says in order for farmers to provide food for local communities, they need access to open space. And that means that throughout the growing season, farmers and their equipment will be out on the road.
It's a shared responsibility for all of us, I think, to know that we are going to be on the roads this year as we begin another agricultural season.
So if you're traveling on the road and approach a large piece of farm equipment like this, make sure that you reduce your speed immediately. And if you plan to try to pass that farm vehicle, please do so with extreme caution. Keep in mind, farmers will be looking out for you on the roads, so please look out for them as well. I'm Mark O'Neill, Pennsylvania Farm Bureau News.